and hear other folks' thoughts. So if you watch the show, the original show, and have given this show a chance, please comment on one of our pages and let us know your thoughts.
Right.
So that's old school versus new school for this episode.
Where are we going to now?
What we're going to now? We haven't done health and wellness in a few episodes. So for this episode of Pure Audacity, in this segment of health and wellness, we're going to talk about the struggles of sleep. Arcia, do you struggle with sleep?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so do I.
It's the older I get.
So do I. I got a sleep study done last year because my struggle with sleep was real. And my struggle isn't falling asleep. I have no problem falling asleep. My struggle is staying asleep. I tend to wake up in the middle of the night and then I can't go back to sleep.
Okay.
So it was happening frequently enough. You know, I did some Googling. I talked to some people and sleep apnea kept coming up. So I went and saw a sleep specialist. I did an at-home sleep study. I brought it home. I hooked all this stuff up myself. He showed me how to do it. He showed me how to hook everything up. So I got home. I hooked everything up. I did it correctly. Went to sleep and woke up and went to sleep and woke up. Went to sleep and woke up.
How many times?
I don't know how many times I did it. So I took the sleep study back. I took the machine back. Waited a few days for my test results. And the doctor was like, it was inconclusive. You woke up way too much for us to really, have a good reading. So we're going to do an in-house sleep study for you.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, great. I knew that was coming. So I did cheat a little bit before the sleep study because I was like, I have to sleep. I have to sleep. So I took 2 Benadryl on my way to the sleep study.
Oh, gosh.
And then, as my luck would have it, I got to the room right away. But the guy, the doctor, whoever was on call that night, took forever to come set me up. I'm talking like 40 minutes. So I am like slowly fading away. Yes.
Off those 2 Benadryl.
Yep.
I imagine.
I was slowly drifting. And I was already kind of sleepy on my way there anyway. So I'm like, oh man, he gotta hurry up. I'm gonna mess around and fall asleep. So he finally came in. He hooked me up. He put all this glue stuff on me. He hooked all these wires up to me. I was like, oh, how am I gonna sleep like this? Now, what I will say is that he did make sure I was comfortable. He made sure I had enough wire space to move about how I needed to move about, because I'm the type of person when I get ready to fall asleep, especially if I'm falling asleep in an unfamiliar place, I tend to toss and turn before I find that comfortable nook position in the bed or the couch or wherever it is that I'm sleeping, and then I'll go to sleep. So I didn't toss or turn too much. I found my position right away and went right to sleep. I slept all night for the most part. At some point in time, somebody else's machine started beeping like early in the morning. Like it had to be like 5 o'clock in the morning. And so that kind of woke me up a little bit, and I could hear them talking about whatever, and then they got quiet, and then I went back to sleep. He came in later that morning, woke me up, helped me take everything off, and I went about my day, went on to work. The doctor called me back a few days later and told me, actually she asked me to come in, so I came in. I didn't have sleep apnea, thank God. She said she was like, well, one thing I can say about you is that I was asleep in a quick amount of time, she said. She was like, you went to sleep within 2 minutes of the machine starting. You was gone. She was like, dang, that was fast. I was like, yeah, I never have a problem falling asleep. It's staying asleep. And so she said that because I didn't have sleep apnea, she really didn't know what else to do. Her only recommendation was for me to take Benadryl. And I was like, well, are you going to prescribe me some? Or are you going to get some? Do I buy it over the counter? And she was like, what we prescribe is pretty much the same thing as buying it over the counter. So just buy some over the counter and take it. So I did, and it helped me.
Prescribe for Ambien?
No. I forget. She did talk about Ambien. No, she said Ambien is more so for people that have a problem falling asleep. And she said because that wasn't my issue, she didn't want to prescribe me that.
Right.
And she said that Ambien tends sometimes, in some people, gives them like really weird dreams. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking crazy as soon as you take it. Like, it goes in effect within 20 minutes. You're talking crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Who do you know that takes Ambien?
Well, I remember one time, my Aunt Sherry, she called me one day. Her husband, I guess he was taking it at the time, and she took a half a pill. I guess because she might have been wanting to go to sleep real fast or whatever. So she called me, and she was just talking really crazy, and I was just trying to figure out, is this my aunt I'm talking to? And so, like, the next day, she told me what went on. I was like, you talk so crazy, I had to hang up on you. She was talking crazy, and she was like, Noelle, this is very powerful. Like, her husband, like, fell going up the steps taking the pill. Like, so dang. You need to be like in your bed when you take the pill. I just revealed my middle name on the podcast. Yep, it's Noelle.
Oh, I might be able to edit it out. You shouldn't have said it again. I probably could have edited it out. You don't care? Okay. And for those of you that don't know, I actually called her by her name in an earlier episode, but I edited that out so you guys didn't hear it. But back to sleep. So I probably need to go back to taking the Benadryl because I don't sleep well anymore. I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I can go back to sleep. Sometimes I can't.
Maybe you should work out. Like, do a good workout. Maybe shower and then sleep. Maybe that'll help you some,
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, for a while, like when I was going through, because what I did before I got to the sleep study, because the appointment took about a month after I scheduled it, I changed my diet. I wanted to eliminate some things that I knew they would try to make me do, just to save time to get to the root of the problem. So when I went in, I told her I wasn't exercising vigorously, but I was walking for about 30 to 45 minutes at night in the evening. I changed my diet. I was eating really well, eating my salads, eating fruits, eating a lot less processed foods, because I knew that was some stuff she was going to, bring up. I made sure that I wasn't, some phones you have sleep mode or sleep, like the sleep mode on it, and it changes the tint of the screen, because if you're looking, this was something else I was going to talk about anyway. So if you're listening, check your phone if you tend to be on your phone a lot before you go to bed or while you're in the bed, look for a sleep setting in your phone. It will change the tint and tone down, I think it's the blue lighting of the phone, because the blue lighting affects your sleep somehow or something like that. So I had changed that on my phone as well. It was a number of things that I did try, and it wasn't working. But even within that month or leading up into the appointment, none of that worked. She did tell me to try possibly losing weight. So if you struggle with sleep and you're a little overweight.
I'm definitely overweight. I can't wait to eat either.
She did say try to lose some weight, and at that point I had actually lost some weight already. I had already done that, so those were things that I knew going in beforehand that they were gonna to bring up. So I don't know what it is. I did have a doctor diagnose me with insomnia, which sucks, because on nights where I'll go to sleep and then wake up, I wake up wired, like I've slept for 8 hours, like I'm ready to get up and go to work and do this and do that, like, and then you come crash. It sucks because you come crashing down around the time it's time for you to get up.
Right?
Yep, you crash. Yep, and that happens to me pretty often.
You hit the alarm and say, "Oh, let me sleep for like 10 more minutes."
Yeah, I hit the snooze button. I do hit the snooze button a lot. But I always set my alarm anyway earlier than what I need to get up, because I know I like to hit the snooze button.
You know what? I don't even set my alarm anymore. Like,
really?
It's like my body knows when to wake up. You're looking at me crazy, but like, I'm serious. Like, for at least a year, I've never really had to use an alarm like that. My body just wakes me up.
That's a superpower because I don't trust my body enough. Sometimes I probably would naturally wake up, but other times I probably would really sleep. Like every now and then on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll surprise myself and sleep until 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Right.
Oh, wow, this was a good sleep.
And if I know I've had something to drink prior to going to sleep, I know sooner or later I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. So I'm not really worried on oversleeping like that.
Okay.
Because I'm going to wake up. It's either 3 o'clock, sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 5. I have to go to the bathroom. I just cannot hold it like I used to.
That's funny. That doesn't happen to me too often. I tend to drink water or some type of juice while I'm watching TV or getting ready to go to bed. Not a lot, definitely not a huge amount, but a nice little cup of something.
But you're not getting up overnight to go to the bathroom?
No, that doesn't happen.
Maybe I should get checked out or something.
It happens to me every now and then. I would say Monday through Friday, it happens to me maybe once out of the week. Sometimes not even then.
I think I just brought it on myself. When I was younger, I would just hold my urine. I just didn't want to pee. I went from Philadelphia to South Carolina without going to the bathroom.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
That's a 9-hour trip. It was 2004, matter of fact.
Dang.
And as soon as we touched down in Columbia, I was like, can we stop at the store, please? I gotta go. But see, I slept majority of the trip anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Sleep foods. I do know that they say cherries are good to eat before you go to bed. They release or something. I don't know. That's the only one that pops out in my head is cherries, but I don't like cherries, so I never bother with trying those.
Yeah, I think bananas. It helps calm stress hormones and can promote sleep. So that's what I usually do before I go to bed. Just a little snack, something healthy, banana.
Okay. So, if you are listening and you struggle with sleep, or maybe you've conquered the struggle of sleep, please let us know. Comment somewhere. Shoot us an email.
Yeah, we need some feedback because I'm trying to sleep like a baby,
Yeah, for real.
However that feels like.
Haven't done that in how many years?
Oh, right. Show your age.
So that concludes our health and wellness segment. The next segment we have coming up is Underdogs. Those underdogs, y'all. So on this segment, I want to take the time to talk about some people that I feel like are often not necessarily overlooked, but I don't feel like it's enough appreciation for these people. And I'm talking about foster parents, adoptive parents, or even relatives that raise children that's not, their children. It's just a relative's child. I come from that situation. My grandparents raised me, my dad's mother and father. And I think I'm the only one in the family, right, Noelle, that was raised by a relative? In our immediate family, at least.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah. And, working in the field that I work in, I meet a lot of people that are raising relatives, and even a few that have adopted kids. I've even met some people who have fostered some kids, and I think they are often overlooked because that is taking on a whole responsibility that you didn't even create,
or you didn't have to do.
Right, or that you didn't have to do. And I think that takes a really special type of person. That speaks volumes to your heart. Right. That speaks volumes to your character.
Facts.
That speaks volumes to your patience, your level of patience, especially, my grandmother had already raised 7 children.
Facts.
So here she is taking it on an 8th child, And it takes a really special type of person. So I just wanted to take some time out and talk about the people that do that, because that's something really special to do.
Well, I appreciate